Vroom vroom, motherfuckers, because it's time to start Mystery Movie Friends, episode number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Command Center. My name is David DeLeon. You just saw it, didn't you? Welcome back, everybody, to the Command Center. My name is David DeLeon, aka Commander Lionheart, joined by a very... a very, very special guest. But first, my co-host, as always, it's a G who's I may have killed him early. God, oh boy.
I had a line to actually introduce myself, but you just killed it with that special guest.
We have a very special guest directly from the set of the Fast and Furious, ladies and gentlemen. It's Hector, ladies and gentlemen. He's right here from the movie with us live tonight. As you can see, Hector, man, I think that your internet is probably bad. You're kind of frozen right now, man. Just talk to me, you know, like anything you want to say before we continue with our slapstick shit and stuff here? No? Okay. So
that's what happens when you have Battle Wireless.
AKA Claro. It's still mierda. Yeah, he was frozen today. John is right. Our friend Hector is frozen today. Yeah, we don't have Midos on the stream tonight. His internet just came back right now. He is on chat, and he didn't have a chance to watch the movie, unfortunately. Or fortunately, who knows? I don't know. I don't know how this review is gonna go, honestly. Especially with the two of us only, and not Midos trolling around. Well, that's going to be interesting.
I mean, Mythos, have you seen this movie at least once in your life?
He has seen it. He has got to have seen it. Like, there is this movie. They show this goddamn movie like so many times in goddamn Mythos. Yeah, in Whopper. He's already trolling in the chat. It's a Whopper because cars go broom broom. Yeah, sure. I've seen this movie a million times, so I can cover. John, I mean, you guys can duke it out in the chat, you know, so... I have seen it an insane 3 times. See? He has seen it.
Wow.
So, those are rookie numbers, though. Like...
Exactly.
I think
what I was gonna say. Those are rookie numbers, kid.
Like, I think that...
Bring it on.
I think I've seen this movie a couple times, like... I don't know how many times I've seen it, but a couple times I have seen this movie.
You're not from Puerto Rico if you haven't seen this movie at least 5 times.
I mean, yeah, this one and the second one. Too Fast, Too Furious is the other one. Yeah, the one I have watched the most is 2, he says. I've watched 2 a lot as well, so...
Well, to be fair, the... Number 2 is kind of like that cop movie. Number 1, it's more like, yeah, let's go into it.
I mean, this one, the first one is basically an undercover cop movie. The second one is more like, I don't even know what it is because it's kind of like a body. It's not a body cop film because Brian is no longer a cop in that one. Also, spoilers, I guess, if you've never seen Too Fast, Too Furious. And we're getting into Fast 9 now, which is the reason why we're here, honestly, people. It's because, well, there's 2 reasons. This week, Fast and Furious 9, or F9, as they put it now, releases this week. But also, because this movie, in particular, The Fast and the Furious, not to be confused with Fast and Furious, which is the 4th movie, which, goddamn, the Fast and Furious is kind of like the Kingdom Hearts of movies, isn't it? Like, it's because the third movie actually takes place like in like after the seventh movie. The
It's an
Hobbs and Shaw
alternate-
takes place after this one that comes out now, and there's everybody dies, but everybody comes back from the dead.
Okay, okay.
So
Okay. The best way to explain this entire franchise is the Loki series. They're all just variants of the main timeline.
the main card timeline.
The main quarter mile.
The sacred timeline here is the Corona timeline. That's what it's called here. The Corona timeline. Also, I see you with a bottle of water. I wonder why. I was expecting you to have something else in your hand for tonight's entertainment value.
I am paying the price already. That's why I have the bottle of water.
Ah.
Because my body, for some reason,
It's not what it used to be.
processes faster.
And furious.
Processes faster and more furiously. Processes faster. Now I have the effects that I'm supposed to have tomorrow, but they're happening now.
Jesus H. Christ. Yeah, John, the Hobbs and Shaw takes place after F9, is what I have read. Or what has been said about that movie. Like that movie, they never established what year it takes place in, but it is sent after. G sounds with echo? Oh fuck. I mean, I can only see I can only see like his line down here, not with the other audio output. Shit. Maybe it's because you can hear him through my microphone as well. Because I need to get myself some wireless headphones for the TV so that I can listen to you two wahoos through the headphones.
I mean, I also have to get my equipment so that I can do what I want to do. So maybe when I get my hands on my equipment, I can actually do things better.
I mean, Midos was also working on his equipment, and that is also why he's not here. That treacherous son of a bitch. Yes. He's setting some things up as well.
Those, if you have extra equipment that you're not going to use and it's in good condition, let me know.
We'll talk after the stream. I have at least one thing. Once I get something, because I already had talked to Midos, but he doesn't need it, so you know, we'll see. We'll see. I need to know what exactly you're going to do. So, anyways,
Not too complicated. Okay,
yeah.
Let's get into it.
The monitor, Mitos. Tomorrow we finish in my room and I'm excited. Nice. Hopefully the parts arrive tomorrow for you, Mitos. That you're
What parts?
you
Be
got the
careful.
CPU, the motherboard. I think it was the.
Jesus is watching you.
And god damn it. So yeah, it's the did I mention that it's the 20th anniversary of the I think that I cut off or not cut off, I just stopped saying what I was going to say and kept saying something else, and you know, it's a snowball effect. We continue to talk about it. The Fast and the Furious, the original one, released in June 11 or June 22nd, 2001, 20 years ago. So
Yes.
yeah, I have it in my notes. Okay, I always have my notes, or not always,
Kid,
but
don't worry. I got the Wikipedia open here, so don't worry.
good. But yeah, it's a little bit weird to consider that. I mean, not weird. I honestly thought that this movie had actually come out in 1999 for some stupid ass reason. I don't know why, but it's 2001, not 1999. We'll see. But let's watch the trailer before we continue, so that I can continue telling you a little bit more about the movie. But first, a trailer.
1/4 mile at a time.
Oh boy, we're doing this review a quarter mile at a time. Or maybe not a quarter mile. I don't know. Let's go. The following preview has been approved for all audiences. I like that shot, actually.
Of what? Of Hector?
No.
For a little ride.
Of Hector with his battles?
No.
Or that leg? Oh.
This is yours, but if you win,
Oh god.
You know,
They show this in the trailer. Oh boy. Ah, Jesus.
so they show that part, huh?
A business deal went sour. Plus, I made the mistake of sleeping with his sister.
You know, that will actually get them banned nowadays. That stupid trick of going under the trap. If you never did it on Need for Speed Underground, you never had life.
Yep.
And
Interesting.
he's gone.
Yeah, no, he died. We never heard of Dominic Toretto ever again, you know? Like there was never a
It was really interesting that they didn't use, like, I believe I can fly or something like that for that scene. Considering that they always use that when everyone actually went flying off the cliff.
I mean, you gotta remember that this series is more about rap and shit. So it would have had to been more a rap remix, maybe by Pitbull, like "I Believe I Can Fly," Dale, like something like that. I don't know.
Well, in this case, it will be Ja Rule.
Oh God! Oh my God, dude! Oh Jesus H Christ!
For those of you who don't know, he's
Fuck,
the
man.
guy who's mixed up with the Fire Festival.
Yep, but dude, good God, there was so much fucking Ja Rule in this shit. With the music, I mean, like, because he's not in the movie. He's not in the movie that much. He's just in that initial street race and whatnot. And then after that, you don't ever see him again. But in terms of music, he was very much involved in terms of the music, because he had like 3 or 4 tracks, I can assure you. That you could just hear. Like, good God, man. Oh boy.
I think that there's a video running around Instagram where it's a meme where modern day rappers actually start doing sounds like that, and the producer is like something like that. If I find that, I'll send it to you later.
I think
But
I've
yeah,
seen. I think I've seen it. I think I saw something like that.
Okay, but yeah, it's like you say, it's either Ja Rule or some punk rock music band that they have it there, which
It's
is Papa Roach. I think there's one song that Papa Roach actually sings there, and
really?
I believe it's Limp Bizkit, but I'm not sure.
I'm pretty damn sure that Limp Bizkit is somewhere in this movie, because in terms of music, I am 100% sure of that.
Oh, of course. I mean, they were the M-Tune dudes for the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Which in that time I wasn't into this type of music, but now I am, and I know who they are. So yeah, they were everywhere in the early 2000s.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, pretty much anything and everywhere where they could get their grubby hands on. But yeah, I already mentioned that the movie released in 2001. It was directed by Rob Cohen. He was in the movie actually, and I've known this for years. He's the pizza delivery guy. You know the scene where they block off the street and there's this pizza delivery guy that comes out. What the hell's going on over here? And Leon is like, streets closed, pizza boy, and goddamn street racers. That's him. That's the director, Rob Cohen. Apparently he's there's some shady stuff going on with him. I didn't get too much into it, but yeah, you know how a lot of these directors are now coming out being a little bit shady characters. So I think that his last movie was apparently in 2014 or something like that. So not sure if it was like around that time or whatever. The movie had a budget of $38 million.
And it all went on that first scene.
Oh boy. And and a box office of $207.3 million. But obviously, we all know what happened at some point with this seemingly normal, very normal action movie about cops and street racing.
I believe that I texted you something along the lines where it was beyond me, and it still is beyond me. How the hell do you fucked up such a simple concept?
How the hell did we get from this movie to now? How?
Okay.
How? Because it's almost like again, it's like you said. This is almost like a different timeline. Like we have the Corona timeline, which is this movie, and maybe Too Fast to Furious. I think that Tokyo Drift is where it starts to deviate, but it has the variant. Like even Fast and Furious, the fourth one, it was. No, I think that one is. That's when it starts going into the variant because. Yeah, we'll get to that.
It all goes down south with Fast 5, in my opinion.
I actually don't think that because Fast 5 is my favorite movie of the franchise. The problem is that it's not. It's a variation. It's no longer the Fast and the Furious. It's no longer about the street racing. It's about family and doing whatever, running from the law, taking. I mean, where it absolutely it's like there's three variants. Like there's the Corona timeline, which is the Fast and the Furious and Too Fast to Furious. Then, Tokyo Drift is its own time. It's its own variant. It's its own timeline. Honestly, even if Dom shows up at the end, although apparently the characters from that are coming back in Fast 9 now, so whatever. Anyways, that one it mixes in somewhere. Then we have Fast and Furious 4 is another variant, which that one is Fast 4, 5, and 6. Once you hit 7, that's where it's a completely different variant, where it just goes from, we are stealing from rich people and shit in Fast 4, 5, and 6, and now we're going into espionage. We are now super agents, and we work for S.H.I.E.L.D. basically, and we're fighting criminals and supervillains. Like, there's different variants to this.
I don't believe that I have seen the movie with Black Superman, and I bring up Superman because that's.
You haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw?
No, I haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw, and I bring Black Superman because I think that Idris Elba has been like signaled on to actually play Superman at one time.
Yeah,
or at least 007, which he is adamant to do, but I believe that he's still the best choice to play the first black James Bond.
Yeah.
But in any case, it's like you say, how the hell do you go from the streets of LA stealing DVDs to fucking space? How the
Spoilers!
how the hell?
Spoilers for Fast 9! I have not seen it. You have not seen it. Nobody here has seen it, probably. But we all know. We know that's where they're going. They showed it in the trailer. Like,
Ryan, the world knows that they're going to space.
Oh
The world
right,
knows.
6 is where the tank chase, the airplane, the long ass terminal or oh shit. So no, it's Fast 4 and Fast 5 are their own variant, and then from 6 forward, that's where it all goes to hell.
See, Maroni is right. That's not a spoiler. They said that. They
I
already
know.
confirmed.
They said it, and also what Maroney said is true. Hobbs and Shaw is actually pretty good. I actually liked it way more than Fast 8. You know how much I hate Fast 8. Fast 8 is, I fucking hate that movie.
Well,
I mean, I need to rewatch it now again. We watched it in theaters, and I just
yeah.
I couldn't handle it.
I mean,
My brain just couldn't handle the family, the quarter mile at a time.
Let's be honest. We went to the theater and we were surrounded by not our kind of people. So maybe that influenced the experience somewhat. But yeah, I am with you. It went mindfuck. I'm sorry. That's what I think about Fast 8.
Yeah, it's Fast 8 is the second worst after 2. Man, I've seen Fast 2 so many times though, so I don't know.
Okay.
Too Fast and Furious, by the way.
The only redeeming quality of about Too Fast, Too Furious is that it still doesn't violate the laws of physics. It's still there.
Yeah, I mean they
realm
pull
of-
up
in
they
the
pull
realm
a
of
Dukes of
possibility.
they pull off a Dukes of Hazzard, but that's not really define the laws of anything at that point.
It was Brian, and we all know that he's crazy, and he has a knack for nailing those crazy stunts.
So speaking of Brian, the movie is starred by Paul Walker, the late Paul Walker, may he rest in peace, as Brian O'Connor / Brian Earl Spillner. Vinny D, the bro, Vinny Diesel as Dominic Toretto. Good God. Michelle Rodriguez as Letty. Jordana Brewster as Mia Toretto. Rick June as Johnny Tran. Which you have said that you have seen him in other movies, and he's always like the bad guy in them. He has that face that you can kind of see him in other movies, but I out of the top of my head I can't really say if I have where I have seen him or where I haven't, honestly.
Okay. Continue on with the cast list.
Okay.
I will bring it back to Johnny Tran in a moment. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. To Rick June. Sorry.
Yeah, Chad Lindbergh as Jesse, which I've seen him in something else as well, and now I don't remember. So, Johnny Strong as Leon. His voice is very familiar because he has a very gruff voice in that, but I don't actually like recognize him from anything. Honestly,
he was the most 90s of the bunch.
Oh my God, he was. Yes. Well, look who it is. Coyotes are us. I don't know. Maybe it's because his name is Leon, but I fucking loved him. You know how I am. John knows how I am with Leon's. He knows that in A Way Out, I picked Leon just because his name was Leon. So, if your name is Leon, lion, anything that has to do with a lion, I'm probably gonna like you.
I mean, he's likable in the movie.
Yeah, he's likable. He's not an asshole like Vince, which is Matt Scholes. Scholes.
I mean,
as Vince.
Vince in Fast Five, he has a conclusion that actually it's a little bit touchy in the heart. It pulls your strings.
Yeah, but at least in this movie, in the first movie, he's an asshole.
Oh no, he's an asshole.
Yeah. Oh, Jesse is Ash in Supernatural. That's where I've seen him. Yeah. I don't remember very well the character of Ash, but I do remember seeing him in Supernatural.
Yes, I remember him.
Ricky Junius and Alita Battle Angel? Gee.
Yeah. I'm actually are you done with the cast? Because I got
two more.
Okay.
Two more. Ted Levine as Sergeant Tanner and Tom Barry as Agent Bilkins. Those are that's the cast. That's a prevalent cast in the, and obviously our boy Hector here, who will play Hector. His actual real life name is not Hector, by the way. It's Nigel something. It's
that's bullshit.
He actually
he changed his name when he got to the United States. His real name is Hector.
He actually does have a very complicated last name, like he says in the movie, or his character says in the movie. Like, I couldn't pronounce his name properly if I wanted to. Like, I don't know.
Okay, so in Rick June, his films credit, it's our Nathan Grimm. He was an extra in that movie. It's 1998. In 1999, he was Kazuo Miyamoto in Snow Falling on Cedars. In 2001, he was Johnny Tran in Fast and Furious, and the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah,
need to make sure that the D is there.
Very distinct.
He was the bad guy. He was also in the same year. He was in The Fence as Lucky Chang. Die Another Day as Sao. He was the antagonist on that movie.
Yeah, John put it on the chat. Yeah, and he says that Olympus has fallen, and I think that's where I had seen him as well.
He was Ken Jeong-sak. He's the guy that perpetrates the terrorist attack in the White House.
Yeah. I remember.
He was also in Ninja Assassin 2009 as Takeshi.
Huh.
Also a bad guy. And here's something to really put the nail in the coffin. He was in Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh god.
2020.
Oh god, John, you've seen that movie, haven't you? You've seen Jiu-Jitsu with Nicolas Cage, haven't you? Oh god.
But of the notes that I have here, he has played the protagonist in 3 movies and the antagonist in 5 movies. So my theory that he always plays the bad guy still stands.
Yep. Pretty much. Also, Hector plays Hector in everything. You're not wrong. Every time that you see this guy in a movie, he always plays Hector. For some weird-ass reason. They always put his name as Hector in every single movie. That's why we don't believe that he has a real life name that isn't Hector. That is impossible.
He just has that face that tells you he's a Hector.
Yep. Oh man.
I believe that if we get some GameStop coupons, he will give us some discounts.
Come on, man. No, hold on. No, come on. Leave the other Hector. That's not this Hector. It's the other Hector. Leave him alone. Leave that Hector alone, dude. Come on, man. Come on. Anyways, The Fast and the Furious.
Let's go.
Boy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm leaning on your shoulder to try and see what the hell I'm going to rate this movie. What is going to be my rating of this movie, because I don't know what to give this movie, to be honest.
So you don't have a clue?
No, I'm I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not going to say where I am at currently, between what and what. But yeah, I'm not sure at this point. You'll have to keep watching the review to find out. So, The Fast and the Furious.
One of those. Huh?
So, by the way, this movie apparently is based on an article, or was it an article? Something like that, by a guy named, I have it written.
I actually look
Ken
it up.
Lee.
Look it up.
It's
Ken
called
Lee.
Racer X. Do you want to hate the
It's
first
an
movie?
article
Here's some facts about the
based
movie
on
that are the
a-
wrong.
I haven't read the article, but it's based, quote unquote, on a real racer that actually committed heist in the.
Yeah, something like that. I know that it's based on something called Racer X, which was like God, I looked up a little bit of it, but I didn't like actually read that much of it. Let me see. Racer X Ken Lee.
Got it right here on Vibe.
You
Let
got
me
it?
see if it's by the it's by the same author.
Yeah,
You
but it's
go,
the.
I believe
I
that
wanna.
Mikos is gonna get it.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah, there it is. 1998, actually, a good 3 years before the movie.
Yeah. I mean, they read this article, and then they got the rights apparently to it, or to the story of Racer X, and that's where they got the idea for Fast and Furious. I think Universal or something like that. But yeah, this is very, very, very interesting movie to go back to after watching. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if you counted Hobbs and Shaw. 9 sequels to this shit. It's very normal. It's so normal. Like,
It is,
dude,
humongously completely normal.
Compared to the shit that they go through now, it is 100% normal, G. It is 100% real life, okay?
I am not disagreeing with you. It's completely normal. It's almost boring.
What? You thought it was boring?
Okay. When I say that it's almost boring, it's that almost so normal that you say like, huh, street racers, yeah, whatever.
I mean,
but
look,
when you see a car with a rocket, what do you tend to say? What the fuck? It's the only 3 words that come to your mind. Yes, you were gonna say?
Keep talking. I think I might have been the one who drank the Corona.
So you were frozen, huh?
We family. We family, G. Bro, family.
But
is
yeah,
that I'm
like
also
you
reading
say,
what Moroni is saying in the chat about everything that's wrong with the movie. I honestly don't give a crap, because in the, this is the, I don't know if this necessarily inspired those games, but we were big on Need for Speed in these days. If I remember correctly, Need for Speed Underground 2 was 2004. I think that Underground 1 might have been either 2002.
I believe that the Need for Speed Underground 1 was. I think
Google.
Because the thing is that I remember Need for Speed Underground 1 releasing almost immediately after the movie.
Yeah, it's let me. Why is this like this? Why are you like this? Underground 2 was 2004. I remember that correctly for some reason.
And it's
Underground 1 was 2003. So it was 2 years after. Which
maybe I saw Fast and Furious on a DVD or something.
Which now I'm thinking, when was?
Yeah, Maroni is right. This movie brought up the hype that came to Need for Speed Underground.
Yeah, because before Need for Speed Underground, before this movie, the Need for Speed games were like Hot Pursuit, which didn't have anything to do with, it was high stakes racing, yes, but it wasn't, like tuning, and giving your cars underglow and all that shit. Like it was in Underground 1 and 2. It was after this movie and Too Fast, Too Furious, because I remember specifically that I did joke about it with you on multiple occasions back in the day, how one copied the other, because the main car of Underground 1 was a Skyline. That was after Too Fast, Too Furious, which the main car was a Skyline. And Underground 2 was the Nissan 350, which was then the main car in Tokyo Drift, even though it was the bad guy's car. But it was the most prominent car featured for promotional, for promotion art and all that shit. So they both like took from one another for a while. It was Fast 4, aka Fast and Furious, where it didn't, gap with Need for Speed at that time. But for at least those two games and those two movies, there were like those noticeable parallels a little bit.
For Need for Speed has always been they've always been like trying to sell the games on point with what was in at that time, and what the kids were looking at, what they were listening to, what they were doing. That's when I believe that I have told you that the score for Need for Speed Underground 1 is really cool, because it's a mix. It's like Fast and Furious. It's a mix of hip hop music and rock music as well.
Yeah, and Underground 2 has Snoop Dogg, our favorite underwater weed dealer, Luminion, Pokemon weed super high. If you were here last night for the new Pokemon Snap playthrough, then you know what I'm talking about. But Snoop Dogg was in that one. Anyways, back to the movie. Let's forget about Need for Speed and go back to the movie. So it's about, what is it about? Gee, it's a simple story. It's a simple story of street racers.
It's a simple story that is beyond me. How the hell do you fuck up something so simple? But yeah, it's about street racers that on the side they steal things. They
steal
commit heists.
Steal DVDs and other shit. Let me see. I think that you can see.
I believe it's electronics and whatnot, things like that.
Yeah, it's. I know that the most thing that they talk about is DVDs for some reason. But apparently, all of the stuff that they've stolen is over 1 million. Apparently, they've made away with a lot of cash, stealing this shit. And so the police send an undercover cop, to infiltrate the racing world and try to uncover the mystery of who the hell is stealing those DVDs. And
because the FBI needs to know.
Oh yeah, it's a police/FBI combo. Wombo combo. It's interesting because I'm not sure which movie I saw first. If I saw this or Too Fast, Too Furious first. Because Agent Bilkin, which is the FBI guy, it was always a little bit jarring for me whenever I came back to watching this first movie, because in the second movie he's so fucking chill. Like, I don't know why. If you remember correctly, in Too Fast and Furious, he's like very lenient. He's very lenient with Brian. He's like, yeah, man, like, oh, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah. And it's the other guy, the cop, who's the being a big ass on Brian. So
he's so chill that. He's so chill in Too Fast, Too Furious that when Brian is actually getting his ass beat, he's just
eating
to the side, is there, and start eating his popcorn.
Yep. Like, I don't. Again, I don't know what the hell happened in between both movies that made him go from to meh. So, not sure.
I believe that in this movie he was testing Brian in some way, because if you remember correctly, there is one point in the movie where he actually says like, well, the FBI can help you become a detective if you want to, but you need to give me something. And I believe that he's hard on Brian in this movie because, well, he needs something, but Brian also wants to become a detective. So he's like, okay, you want to do this? You want to do this job? Okay, let's see what you got. Bring me something to the table. Bring me something that I can use to actually bring these criminals to justice, and something that I can show my superiors, which he actually mentions also in the movie as well.
Yeah.
He says something along the lines, my superiors are coming and I have nothing to show for. What you can get me? I'll give you 36 hours or 48 hours to get me something. And that's when Brian actually picks up the pace to actually do that. I believe that that's why he's so hard on Brian, because if Brian wants to become a detective and he wants the FBI to actually give him something, to actually give him like a reference or something like that, then, well, he needs to bring up the shit. He needs to show that he got the skills. He knows what he's doing and he knows the job. So that's why I think that he's so hard on him on this one. And in Too Fast, Too Furious, he's like, okay, I know what you are. You're full of shit. Just do what you do. Just haz lo que te dé la gana. ¿Sabes qué? Jódete. In Spanish words, you know.
Yeah. So when the movie starts, it has actually been like 3 weeks since Brian started going undercover and shit, because, and you get it, because Mia, who runs the Toretto, el kiosquito, I don't even know what the hell that place is. El colmado, yeah, el colmado de Toretto. It's which, by the way, after that initial scene, we never see that colmadito, that diner, or whatever you want to call it, in the rest of the movie, and we always see Toretto like working somewhere else, and Mia is almost always in the house. So who the hell is running that thing? And I know that it's a front. for so that they have an excuse to say, oh, this is how we make legit money to do the shit that we do, even though
Which
we are,
makes no sense, actually.
which is bullshit. It's like, okay, so the diner is the legit business. Street racing is the not legit business. But stealing DVDs is the ultimate. It's like a triple. It's like a triple front, kind of, because they make money out of the. Well, I don't know. We never see anyone else in that fucking diner except for Brian and the. I can't say the gang because apparently they don't like themselves to be called the gang. The Team Toretto, Team T.
Fun fact: it's only for one movie because after that is the family.
It's the family. Oh yeah. That's what they're called. But yeah, we never see that fucking diner again. I actually like that part of the diner because there was some very weirdly sexual tension going on there, and I don't necessarily mean between Mia and Brian, if you catch my drift. Like, for some weird ass reason, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I was just reading the room too much. I don't know if you noticed it as well, but let me put up the screen here. I'm sorry that I don't have the screen share with UG, but you'll have to watch it here with everybody else.
Oh, when Dom likes you, Dom likes you.
Like Brian is like, we're not like, what's this baldy? Like, I don't know why. And Dom is like, pretty ass white boy thinks.
Bro likes Blondie.
No, but Brian is the one who's like checking it out. He's like, like.
I mean, Toretto is actually, he stand up. You stand up, you grab your Coke or your beer or whatever, and you go sit down. Toretto legitimately just took whatever he was drinking, stood there watching Brian, opened the can, still watching Brian, and that's when he goes to the desk. So I believe that de parte parte.
Yeah, kind of. Go a little farther. There's more sexual. Oh, I know that there's more sexual. Actually, yeah. Everybody's like, I don't know what the fascination was with Brian O'Connor, because everybody was except for Vince. Vince hated his guts, but the other guys, they're also like, also saying some some interesting stuff.
He's the blonde guy from Arizona, the new guy in town, basically. So you get this guy who's blonde, blue eyes. He looks kind of like legit.
Yeah, quote unquote.
I kind of like him just because of the way he looks. Because he looks decent. He looks like a guy who doesn't get in trouble or something like that. And yeah, that's the thing that I believe that drives the 90s stereotype of the blonde guy, which is
blonde,
in the 90s.
Blonde,
in the 90s,
blue eyes, like.
exactly.
And what's the other option? Vin Diesel, bald, and not blue eyes. So they're like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but that I think is playing on the stereotype of the 90s, because if you watch the entire team or family or whatever you want to call it, they all have like 90s stereotype that they are impersonating, except for Dom. Dom is just Dom. He has his own style of dressing. He has his own style of talking. I don't know. He's just Dom.
Yeah, his own style of dressing, just using a goddamn tank top.
And that's it.
Oh shit.
He doesn't need anything else.
Gee. Oh shit. A black tank top. Oh crap. He's bald. Oh crap. Am I bro?
You bro, you don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you was there anyone in the movie that you didn't Lion is the discount Dom. No, I am the superior Dom. Okay? Was there anyone in the film that you didn't particularly like out of the cast and shit? Like in terms of they like this movie's interesting
Not
because
really.
yeah, it's like opposite of the last movie that we did a review, which was Jaws, where I said this movie feels very natural. The acting, you can barely tell that anyone is acting because it feels so natural of what they are doing, with the exception of some extras and shit. Here, you can notice that they're acting, but their acting isn't bad, you know? With the exception of extras or, you know, like I mentioned before, the director, who is the pizza boy, who was overacting. Like, what the hell's going on around here? Like, come on, man. And also, Leon maybe was overacting a little bit sometimes. I don't know. Like, there's this part at the end of the movie where Dom tells him to go back for Letty, and he does the... he reverses the car, and he's like... and I was like, okay, man. You're definitely acting now.
Take it easy. It's a Honda, kid. You're gonna break it.
Yeah, it's like... But aside from that, I don't...
That at one point I texted you overacting much, or overacting is over 9,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And
which one was...
I believe it was in one of the scenes where I cannot remember the correct scene, but I believe that it was in the accident, the heist that they tried to pull on the desert.
Mm-hmm.
With the truck driver that was shooting or everything. That's when they acting went from natural to overacting, because they were trying to make the scene a lot more serious than it was supposed to be. I mean, it was a serious scene in that chase slash heist scene. But
are you talking about when Brian calls the cops or calls 911 for Vince?
During the chase.
During the chase.
Where they were trying to get into the truck, and the truck driver actually was armed. He was shooting at Vince, and he was almost killing Vince. And that's when they were trying to. That's when the acting went a little overboard, but it wasn't that much as well. Yes, they were overacting. It wasn't annoying, or it wasn't anything that actually makes you go like cringe or something.
Yeah, I honestly didn't mind most of that. Marodny, I don't think Tran was, you know, I don't think that was the worst main. I mean, he was the main one, or one of the main ones, so I didn't feel like that. I didn't like his cousin though. His cousin was underacting because he always looked like, yeah, that's a real nice car. Okay.
Well, I do not blame him for that, because Asian actors during the 90s, if you go back to other movies, Asian actors came from mainland China. They have a way of acting that for us Americans is sort of weird, because that's like trying to exaggerate what they're doing. And the cousin of Johnny was actually, yeah, he was exaggerating what he was supposed to do, and he was supposed to be the goon. I believe that's the word that I'm looking for.
Yes, he was a
Yeah, the
goon,
goon.
definitely.
He was overacting the part of good. Like, yes, you need to be serious. Yeah, you need to be menacing and all that. But, dude, take it easy. It looks like you're constipated or something. Slow down.
I do.
But yeah,
I will say that there was, Vin Diesel for the most part, he was very good as Dom in this movie and his acting. There was
Oh.
this one part at the beginning though where I don't know. It's almost like when he gets loud. That's when his acting is like way too much. Like this scene right here. Let me.
I believe that he was just setting up the character.
This is gonna get me copyrighted because of the stupid song that's going on right now. God damn it. And I can't put it on mute, sadly. Although it is on mute, so it doesn't matter.
I'm in your face.
This is the part where that I'm talking about.
Don't push it. You embarrass me.
You embarrass me. No, what did you put in that sandwich? I actually like that line. That was a good line. But when he said that part of "Don't push it, you're embarrassing me," I was like, okay, dude, calm your tits, calm your tank top tits, please. Come on, man. Like that's the one that I was like, I'm not sure about that.
You're bringing shame to your family, to your cow, to your goats,
to your car.
No, but I believe that he was like getting in tune with the characters still in that scene.
Yeah,
and I believe that they just kept the scene like that because of time constraints or something like that. But it's like you said, it wasn't that much that it was annoying or anything. It was, yeah, he was overacting in that part, but after that he got his groove. He got the rhythm of Dom.
Yeah. I mean, you could also say the same kind of for Paul Walker. Like at the beginning of the movie, he's a little bit, I don't know, here and there.
Which by the way, I believe the movie received mixed reviews.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Most of the praise went to the acting, and I can see why it went to most of the acting, because the actors were actually doing a really good job with such a simple concept.
Yeah, this movie
would actually fail.
This movie would have been so easy to be a cheese fest. Like 100%, this could have gone the completely opposite way, and it could have been a horrible, cheesy ass B movie. And instead, it is still a fun action movie. Like it's not too over the top. It's not too serious either. It's just it's like right there, right in the middle. For some reason, like I just don't know. Again, this is why I say I don't know what the hell I'm going to rate this, because it is so fucking difficult for me to pinpoint what the hell this movie is. Honestly, like it is.
Well, it was for me. It was really easy to actually rate it. More on that soon. But yeah, at the beginning of the movie, I believe that the actors were trying to actually like get used to the role that they were playing, how the chemistry between them was gonna be, because you get the influence of the 90s. During the 90s, everything was loud, was high strung, overacted, and you can see it in the clothes, the wardrobe of the actors. They were wearing baggy clothes. I believe that Letty was wearing weird sunglasses. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
She was wearing wear sunglasses or something like that.
Yeah.
But I believe that they were like not battling, but trying to get the chemistry of, okay, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna work with these characters? How are we gonna work with this simple concept? Because I mean, at the end of the day, Fast and D Furious is just cars and stealing DVDs from trucks. What story can you pull from that concept? That's the real work.
Yeah, it's a very simple concept for the story, and they managed to make it work somehow with this movie. This is mostly okay. So I obviously like the street racing. I obviously like it in this movie, but this is mostly just a character driven movie because you spend so much time with a lot of the characters like Dom and Brian and Mia and Letty and all of them. Like that's the main driving force. Like the cars are the secondary protagonists, I guess.
Well, I believe that is in my opinion, I believe that they are on par. Characters and cars.
The cars.
The cars are like a character of their own.
Yeah, especially that poor Eclipse, that poor, neglected, mistreated, mishandled Eclipse that was beaten, torn, exploded. Brian O'Connor should go to jail for all the crimes that he has committed against that Eclipse. Like, I mean, he's a real villain of this story.
In Fast 5, he says, "I'm sorry, car," so you know that he feels pain.
Oh boy. But yeah, God, I think that if I really have like a major complaint, it's to the end of the movie, and it's when they use slow-mo. Excessive amounts of slow-mo in that final race, which they had not used a single instance of slow motion in the rest of the movie.
Okay, since that you're going to slow-mo, let me bring it back to the beginning. When they use the NOS.
See, I don't mind it. I guess that because I grew up with it, I don't mind the whole.
Well, it's not the sound or anything. It's just that they are going into a speed tunnel, but they take it to the next level, which is a warp tunnel, which is something that is used for light speed. And I believe that I told you that not the Enterprise, no Star Wars, not the Millennium Falcon, no one had such a speed tunnel like that. Torque. Now that I remember, the movie of street racing with motorcycles.
Oh, the Ice Cube one. Oh no. Oh.
That piece of shit. Yes, it also has a speed tunnel.
Look,
You're
guys.
going fast.
I know.
I know that there's a speed tunnel that you like. It happens when you go that fast, but you're not going so fast as to bring the car into a speed tunnel.
I understand. Listen to me. I understand. That's not how nitrous oxide works in real life. And I don't give a fuck. Let the movie be the fucking movie. Like, just let it be, man. Just let it do that shit. I don't care. If it wants to be the fucking Millennium Falcon doing a fucking light speed jump, let it be. Let it be, man.
Don't give them ideas for Fast 10.
I mean,
they're already in space. So
they already wrote it down, so.
But yeah, so yeah, the amount of slow-mo used in that last scene,
it ruined it for me.
it would have been cool if they just kept it going, like no slow motion or anything. They just it would still have the same impact with or without slow mo. So don't use a slow mo, because at that point, I believe that in that point the movies were starting not to use slow motion that much.
Yeah, because 2 years prior, The Matrix started using slow mo. So
it was a complete movie done in slow mo. I believe.
Yeah. I did mind the slow mo, John, just because I think that they could have used it for when they were closer to the train. You know, like when they were. It was also like this kind of weird slow mo where it just panned like this. It did a panning shot of their faces, like it was like in an ethereal state or something like that. That bothered me. It's like it wasn't your typical slow mo where it's just.
I think that the thing that ruins the slow mo is the blur effect that they use.
Yeah. That's probably like my biggest gripe with the movie. And Ja Rule. That was also my biggest gripe. Which, by the way,
you read Bill's movie.
I did not remember that they said the N-word in this movie. And not only did they say the N-word, but they also in that same sequence they said the N-word and then a fuck you. Like,
I believe that I told you that, yeah, the early 2000s, when they casually used the N-word, and you were like, what? Did they use the N-word? And they used the N-word casually.
Yeah, when you told me that, I was like, really? I don't remember that. No! Monica! That was... Oh, God, that was just so...
Well, to be fair, if he won, he would have gone too.
That's why I say that's no. No.
Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, let's leave it at that, please. Let's leave it at that.
Yep, but other than that, Desert Wars, I believe it's the
Race Wars.
Race Wars. I believe that they lost an opportunity there because we never saw the Supra actually doing any racing other than racing the Ferrari in the streets.
And then the Charger at the end of the movie. Yeah, the Race Wars was kind of a bit of a cock tease, to be honest, because they hyped up the fucking Race Wars for most of the fucking movie, and then it was just Letty raised that one guy, that idiot, and Jesse lost the Jetta to Tran, and that's about it. After that, it was the final mission. Everybody was gonna go to the Bahamas and relax and shit, and obviously it didn't happen like that. So,
Oh yeah, and Ryan was being pushed because he didn't got anything on Tran. Because they believed that Tran was the one stealing the DVDs or anything. But turns out that he actually bought every single one of those DVDs legally. How did he do that? It's beyond me.
Also, ¿pa qué? ¿Pa qué carajo tú quieres todo eso? Like, are you going to resell them? Okay, so here's the question. Was Tran really a scalper? Was he the first generation of scalpers in America, where he wanted to resell those DVDs at twice the price? You know, like they're doing right now with the RTX 3080, with the PS5, the Xbox Series X.
Kid. He was the California Otto Oppenheimer of that time. Selling electronics at overpriced prices.
Oh, speaking of underacting, by the way, that scene where they are in Tran's garage and he brings in Ted. Ted. Though. Oh, Ted. Oh, boy.
Oh, Ted.
Oh, speak of underacting. Yeah, that one, Ted. There's no, what was it? There's no engines, huh? Huh, Ted? No, no, no. And then he was back to normal. It was like stiff as a rock, and I was like, oh shit.
You almost drown in car oil. And your reaction is gonna be like, "Oh no, I'm dying! Oh no!"
Yeah, and also the guy in the Ferrari was also like another bad acting part, like Ferrari.
Oh, but
more than you can afford, pal. Ferrari. Ted is an NPC. That's true.
Exactly, he was just an NPC. And so is the guy in the Ferrari. He was just an NPC that you need to beat in order to get a special item or something like that. Other than that, underwhelming.
Yeah. So, aside from the extras, I guess you could call them, and Ja Rule and the slow-mo. I think that for the most part, the movie held up pretty well, actually.
For 20 years of this movie, yeah, it really holds up, and it has withstood the test of time.
Like, again,
if you go to compare it to the new ones, you are like, yeah, this is like a breath of fresh air when it comes to street racing movies.
Yeah, we definitely don't get those, at least to that quality, I guess you could say, because, like you mentioned, there was Torque, which is the complete opposite of this movie. When I mentioned this movie could have gone horrible wrong and could have been full of cheese, I'm talking about Torque.
Yeah.
Or something
Torque went to the dumpster where there was all the cheese from Fast and Furious that they didn't use. Torque grabbed it, melted, and made some new cheese with that cheese.
Yep. So many things are completely wrong with this movie, though. I'd give it a 10 out of 10. You just gotta suspend disbelief. Now, when we get to Fast 8, that's when I fucking drop the ball, because that one is the one that just breaks me with the suspension of disbelief. Like, you really, really, absolutely need to open up your head, take your brain and throw it out the window. That there's no other way to process that movie otherwise. Here, you can still believe 90% of the shit that happens in this one.
Fast 8 is coming to Wapa. No, Mythos, it already is.
The closest lately was Need for Speed. The movie. That movie was pretty great. I didn't like that movie. I did not like that movie, man. I know that it has Dominic Cooper in it, which is right. It's Dominic Cooper who's the villain, who's Father Stark. I forgot his name. In Captain America. It's him, not Luke Evans, right? Because Luke Evans is in the Fast and Furious movies.
So we don't mention that movie here.
Yeah, no. Out of all the movies you could have mentioned, man, you had to mention Need for Speed. We don't talk about that movie here. As Need for Speed fans, we do not talk about that movie. God, yeah. Again, I'm just tiptoeing around the story because there really isn't much of a story either here. Just like we talked about it.
There isn't. I believe that we mentioned this in the beginning of the review. How the heck that they made a movie out of a concept that is so very simple. You wonder why.
Yeah, before you continue. Millennial Man, aka Stefan, after I played Resident Evil for you, You disrespect my boy Spyro by saying that the Need for Speed movie is the Spyro platformers. You disrespect me. You disrespect my boy. Huh? You come to my house. Huh? And disrespect my boy. After all we've been through.
Opened the gates of hell.
After all we've been through, you disrespect me. You. Anyways, what were we saying about the Fast and the Furious movie?
Oh, so you're gonna play the Godfather on him, huh?
He's going to sleep with the fishes. I'll guarantee you that. Anyways,
so there's not much of a story here. It's just street racing, stealing DVDs, and that's it.
Horniness, a lot of horniness, a lot of banging.
Way too much horniness because they are young. I do not believe that Vince is 24 years old.
Even back in the day, in the day, you couldn't believe shit that Vin Diesel was 24 in that fucking movie. Like, not even Vince. Like, when Brian says, we got yeah, he's a male, 24-year-old. Also, I love that scene, by the way, because God, let me look for that fucking scene where he calls the cops and shit. Let me.
Where he calls the helicopter ambulance.
Yeah, I fucking love it because it's almost like he's not acting. You know, it's almost like Paul Walker isn't acting when he does this. That happens. Or Vin Diesel. It's almost like. Look at him. Just look at him. Just look at Vin. ¿Qué tú dices, cabrón? What? You're a what? You bang my sister and you're a what? Just look at Paul Walker. He's like, guys, if you don't hurry, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me too. He's like, he's actually in real life. He was scared of fucking Vin Diesel. It's like, it's like somebody told. It's like somebody told Vin Diesel. Paul Walker said something about your mama. I don't know what it was, but he said something about your mama. And Vin Diesel was like, you said what, you motherfucker? And Paul Walker was like, ah! Because he's like, and he's 24. He's got a shotgun wound, and he's going into shock. He's gotta.
He was scared shitless. He was scared shitless.
He was scared the fuck, man. He was like, "Oh shit, I shouldn't have done this." Oh boy. Oh shit. But yeah, there was a lot of very very interesting scenes that I liked in this movie. This one, the whole sexual tension when Brian gets to the Toretto kiosco, el colmadito. So many good times. Yeah.
It's all around. You can tell that they are young and just want to have sex and everything like that because they walk and they need to have sex. They breathe. They need to have sex. They're young. Get a corona and they need to have sex.
They're young, horny, full of hormones. That's the actual name of this movie. Young, horny, and full of hormones, and maybe furious. Oh, with cars. Oh man, but yeah, I like this movie, man. I can't talk bad about it, honestly. Like, despite my gripes, I can't talk shit about this movie.
for all its shortcomings, it's still a movie that you can have fun. You don't need to overthink it that much as well, because it's just racing, it's just stealing DVDs, it's just that. the story isn't something that you need to connect some dots here, some dots there. Oh, it was this. There's a big twist in the end, because that's another thing. There's no humongous twist here.
Yeah,
I believe that the only twist that you get here is when they actually arrest Johnny Tran, and the FBI like, nope, he's clean. You fucked up, motherfucker. You
I
basically
mean,
made me lose my time.
even there, you knew that it wasn't him. Actually, I mean, it was just a red herring, I guess. I think that that wasn't the biggest twist. If we are going by twist, if you went into this movie blind and you hadn't seen a trailer, a synopsis, or anything back in the day, the biggest twist would have been when they arrested Brian, and they flipped it on you and said he's a cop. That would have been probably the biggest twist in this movie, and But other than that, it's like,
yeah, but if you have seen other cop movies, you know that something is up with Brian, because in the scene in the beginning of the movie, Mia mentions like, yeah, you've been coming here for weeks, and every single day you order the same fucking thing, the fucking tuna sandwich.
To be fair, to be fair, I have done that.
I will do the same thing.
I have done that. No, I have done that. I have gone to the same place because of the same girl and ordered the same thing. I have done that in the past, so it is believable. Either that, or I took too much inspiration from this movie growing up. Well, it's neither here nor there. Let's not focus on me. We're not talking about me. We're talking about that movie.
Oh, I
actually think that
I can already hear Jean trying to think of what to ask you.
I think that it would have. You know what would have been like a very effective way of doing it? The cop twist, like play everything out. Don't show that he's a cop. Don't show that like what he does on his off time or when he's not with Dom or in the store and whatever. And just at the very end, when he calls, and not even tell Mia that he's a cop. Like at the end when he's calling for the Vince thing. That's when that would have been like a very good spot to put the twist in. Like, yeah, we've got a male, 24, he's bleeding. This is Officer Brian O'Connor. Like, oh, what? Excuse me? So this guy's a cop. Okay. So that at that point it would have been like a good one. But I'm still glad that they didn't drag it out. They didn't drag out the whole mystery thing throughout. Although if we did eliminate those scenes where they take him and they show him with the other cops and the FBI and shit, if they cut those scenes, they could have done more race wars. So yeah. Again,
more street racing at that, because it doesn't necessarily have to be race wars. You can actually make like small events that lead up to race wars. Like, okay, we're gonna take down this like an RPG. We're gonna take down this boss, and then we're gonna take down this other boss, so that it leads us to the big boss, which is the race wars, and that's when you race Johnny Tran.
Yeah,
because it would have been fun to actually see. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this up. It would have actually been fun to actually see Hector race.
Yeah, they could have also brought back some of the other racers from the beginning. Even Ja Rule. Even Ja Rule. Maybe not Ja Rule. Let's leave Ja Rule. Let's never bring back Ja Rule. That's. I think that's a better idea.
As a matter of fact, let's bring Pitbull.
No, we can't have. Well, no, Pitbull is Cuban. I was gonna say we can't bring two Mexicans. No.
But But there's your connection to when Dom goes to Cuba in the other movies.
Oh, yeah.
Ideas.
Yeah. Interesting. Anyways, they're never going back to street racing. They're like, that's kiddie stuff. We don't deal with street racing no more in this hood.
They got high on a drug and they're not going back.
Yep. But yeah, I guess that coming into the review, I would have said that I wouldn't have changed much of the movie, except for the stupid slow motion. But yeah, in hindsight, I probably would have done that I mentioned. Keep the cop twist up until the end, and expand more on the race wars. But other than that, it's that's just me with fan fiction and shit. Let's not focus on that. What is your review, your final review words and rating of this movie? Because I still don't know what the hell I'm giving it.
Oh, Lord, so we have come this far and still you cannot rate nothing. Yeah, that was done on purpose. Anyway,
I know.
My final thoughts. This movie is just fun. If you want to go back and see a movie that actually withstands the test of time, go see this movie. Have a look on this movie, because you are going to see the elements of the early 2000s, but also some elements of how the 90s progress into the 2000s as well. Because some of the special effects, the wardrobe, the way of acting, the method acting that they used in this movie was also a transition, because they went from the super exaggerated acting of the 90s to the more tame of the 2000s. And my rating for this movie, let's see. Life is an eclipse, but it could be better.
God damn it!
I told you. I told you.
Goddamn.
I told you. I told you.
Oh boy. Before I actually give my thoughts, I'm gonna read John's. He says, this movie is the Iron Man of this franchise. It was great at the time. It's still fantastic because of nostalgia and what it started. Outside of that, parts don't hold up well today, but it's still great. I love this movie to this day. It heavily influenced me and my likes, and it got me started down the road that would lead to my second favorite movie franchise after the Marvel movies. Meaning that Fast and Furious is his favorite ones. What's your rating on our scale, John? By the way, Maroni, we don't deal with numbers here. We deal with different ratings. We have the top rating is The Force is Strong with this one. Then it's a Whopper. Life is good, but it could be better. Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Leave the cannoli, leave the gun, take the cannoli. Whatever you choose.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli. What's the one below? Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
That's no good.
Okay, that's no good, and then it's put the cookie down. And there's also when you don't know what the hell you're going to rate the movie, it's I Was Frozen Today.
Exactly. By the way, that's no good. It's self-explanatory. That's no good. And put the cookie down is that you should not, under any circumstance, press play on that movie.
Yeah.
Or pay a streaming service to watch that movie. So yeah, that's our rating.
So John gives it a Whopper. Maroni says Force is strong.
Okay, so John would say that it's
Mythos is always freaking trolling. I give it's a Whopper because Vin Diesel boldness gives me the power. I mean,
Are you reading chat? G. No, I was not reading the chat.
The reviews are all over the place here, but on the upper scale,
Yeah. So
Except
I
for
guess that I'm the.
Stefan gives it a put the cookie down. Jesus H Christ. No. We're not going there. This is a good
Finding
look,
Jesus.
man.
Okay,
No, no,
Mythos as a new.
no, and no. We're not putting that shit on the list. Look, man. This movie
We
is
don't want. We don't want the church on our asses.
no. It's not what you think, G. It's actually not what you think. It says
Oh, really?
finding Jesus, but not what you think. Look, man. This movie.
Oh crap. Okay, go on.
Look, man. This movie is entertaining. This movie, you could put it. I actually watched it 2 times. So I don't. I would say I normally don't do that, but you all know that I do that recently when I do these reviews. You could put this movie. You could either put this movie and pay attention to it, or put it on the background and not pay attention to it, and you would still be entertained. You would still like stop what you're doing and watch a couple of the scenes here and there. Like I said, it's still also G. No, and no. No le hagas caso.
I already saw.
You could
I already.
like I said, this movie has its problems. Like not major problems. They're not huge problems that would warrant me to give it leave the gun, take the cannoli. You know, it's not like more than 50% of this movie is bad, and honestly, it's more like 90% of the movie is good, and there's this 110% of the movie that has not aged well. The CGI effects for the nitrous, that has not aged well. That does not look. It does not look good. I still like the overall effect of it going. I like that effect, even though the CGI looks crappy on it.
Blasphemy.
Like I said, too much Ja Rule in terms of music. Some underacting, some overacting. And the blurry slow-mo effect at the end. That was probably the worst part for me personally of the movie. Like if they would have done it normally, if they would have done that race normally, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. But that whole blurry mess thing, I just didn't like it. I think they overused it too much. But other than that, this is a fine movie. This is a fun time. This is just, overall a good movie, honestly. Like there are worse movies in the same franchise. So I'm going with
Go on.
I'm going with
The people are waiting for you.
Shit.
Okay. Kid, you have the option of actually saying I was frozen today because
that's the thing. I am considering that option. I am heavily considering that option because I just
okay. For those of you, I was frozen today doesn't necessarily mean that the movie was actually bad. It's just that it left you speechless. You don't know if it was way too good or it was way too bad, or you just don't know. So you were just frozen.
Yeah.
It's like that good game when you're right in the middle of it and you just glitches and it stops. But you don't get mad because it's a good game.
Exactly. You just turn it off and boot it back up. So
exactly.
Yeah, I was frozen today, honestly. Like,
there we go.
I can't. Here's the deal of why I give it the rating, because it's too good to be life is good, but it could be better. Because again, I probably couldn't find anything that I could make better except for that slow-mo. But it's not that much. It's just that is 1% of the movie. But it's also it's also not at the same level as any of the movies that we've given It's a Whopper to, like Terminator or Jaws. You know?
Oh God, Mito, stop.
So yeah, I was frozen today. I'm copping out. I'm copping out right now and saying I was frozen today. I'm sorry. But it's a good movie. And it actually after watching it, I really wanted to continue on and watch Too Fast, Too Furious. Oh boy.
So,
which I don't know.
So don't worry. People are not going to go after you. They're going to go after me because I gave it a life is good but could be better rating.
No, they're going after Stefan, who gave it put the cookie down because he has bad taste. So Stefan JD is the Need for Speed movie of the Overblood group. You heard it here first, folks. Anyways, people. Oh, Hector, what did you think about this movie, man? You didn't give us your rating, man.
Well, you know, I say when I was watching the movie, I thought that it was really good, man. This was good. And me and the Batos were there, man. Me and the Goose with Batos were there. So I really like this movie. It was a whooping, like you say, like the Americans says, Beto.
Yeah, that guy Hector, he can really act, man. He was the best part of that movie. 100%. They should have given him an Oscar, man. Yeah.
I can feel myself getting canceled at this point.
I mean, you are. We do joke that you are Mexican, so you are representing La Raza. So.
Fuck off.
Oh boy, it sounds like Gabriel Iglesias. Oh boy.
What is it? Yo, Mitos, what are you doing, man?
I don't know. Downloading photo. I hope that it doesn't download the photo. I don't even want to see what the hell Mitos sent to us on Messenger.
Oh, don't worry, you'll see. I already saw.
I don't care to see what Mitos sent us.
Add this to the list. We watching it on Lion's birthday next year.
What?
That says it all.
Oh no. No! God, no! No! Absolutely not! That already looks super bad! What the fuck is wrong with that lion? Oh my god! No!
I'm still trying to figuring out if that's from Asylum.
That looks like
it has to be. It has to be.
Oh my god, what is wrong with that lion? He looks like he's seen shit. Oh my god, no.
You know, we need to ask Corey about that. He's an expert on Asylum.
You guys need to see Smokey and the Bandit soon? You know, I don't think I've ever seen Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit?
Yeah, there's like 3 movies of those. Like...
Okay, here it is.
It's a
1977 movie, so it's within the range.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know it is. But yeah. What's the next one that we have in the back burner? G. What's the next great, fantastic movie that we're going to watch in 2 weeks?
Will not go silent into the night.
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith will save the galaxy or the human race at that point. I don't know. I forgot the speech.
Will Smith conquers the Martians. We will not go quietly into the night. We will have something. Our Independence Day. Yes, people, we are going to be talking and reviewing the first one.
You know, it's actually
Independence Day.
Really, the universe works. The universe just works. Because I was gonna ask you to do something for my upcoming birthday, and since this movie is coming up on July 4th, it's the perfect movie for my birthday.
Well, happy freaking birthday, and welcome to Earth. Bah! Have you seen the second movie? What was the name of the second movie? Resurgence? Something like that?
Resurgence.
We saw...
There's a third book, because these movies are based on books.
They're based on... Okay.
Oh boy. Am I gonna send you some material, bro?
No. Please no. Yes, we did. We actually did see the second Independence Day. We saw it in theaters.
And it was great.
It was something. I don't think I can say anything other than it was something.
It was a really banger.
But yeah.
We'll
see.
That movie was so good that it left Lion speechless.
I'm telling you right now, I would not give that one I was frozen today. That much I'll tell you. But yeah, we'll be back.
By the way,
what?
Here's a list of books, because it's not just 3.
Oh god. Oh.
There's 5.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks for another episode. Episode 10, actually, of Mystery Movie Friends, where we will be talking about Independence Day. And after that, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we got Blade, but we also have Space Jam to do, so we'll see what we do. We'll see what happens. So anyways, guys, Hector, where can the people find you? Pues, a todos mis vatos, you can all find me in the Fast and the Furious 2001. You can watch it. It's the 20...
You can also find my channel, jumpingthewall.com, in YouTube.
No.
There you can see some instructional videos of me jumping the wall.
Oh, we're getting cancelled, definitely. We're definitely getting cancelled now.
I'm so sorry. I had to do it.
God damn it. Anyways, you can probably... You're probably gonna find Jay in a dumpster and not anymore in Mystery Movie Friends, so we do get canceled because of him. So, anyways, I'll be back on Tuesday to continue Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. Then on Thursday, I'll be playing the Fast and the Furious PlayStation 2 game and Street Racing Syndicate for the premiere episode of First Lap, where I play racing games.
Oh, you never mentioned that.
I have. I did. I sent you a photo. And as you know what?
Well,
never
I
mind.
didn't receive it.
Never mind. Anyways, people. Until next time, may your hearts be your guiding key. Remember to stay inside, stay alive, stay hydrated, be kind to everybody. Drink your Corona, beer. It is not a sponsor of the stream. Put on the underglow on your car. Race a quarter mile at a time. Talk about family. Have some sexual tension with a bald guy wearing a tank top. That isn't me, please. Not me.
Always order the tuna.
And always go for the tuna. And also follow me right here on twitch.tv/CommanderLionheart and give me a like, share, subscribe over on youtube.com/CommanderLionheart. Until Tuesday, have yourselves a good night.
Night, people.
Family.